Hi, this is Paul. I'm coming back with TTM episode number 96. I have 5 returns and a trade return from Kane Autograph. I'll do the my Kane Autograph trade return last. So the first return is a 3-3 in 22 days from former New York Giant Joe Morris. He, of course, was on the Giants team that beat Denver in Super Bowl 21. So that's the 89 Pro set. And this is the 91 score traded when he was with the Cleveland Browns. He personalized both cards. And then he signed this sticker that I had gotten back in a fan pack from the Giants. He didn't personalize that. So thank you, Mr. Morris. The next return is a 3-3 in 78 days from Wade Taylor. Shout out to Bob Brattain and Chris collecting cards. This is the 90 Bowman. This is the 91 OPG. And this is the 92 Stadium Club. So thank you, Mr. Taylor. The next one is a 3-3 in 79 days from Doug Henry. He signed a 92 score select ×2, and then a 93 tops. Fourth return is a 2-2 in 405 days from Rick Honeycutt. This is the 91 Fleer Ultra and a 92 Fleer. Now, Rick Honeycutt, I don't know. I think he charges or he goes through Pass Pros, but I don't know if you don't send him a fee, whether he just makes you sit and wait. I don't know. But I'm glad to get him back. So, then the last return is a 1-1 in 12 days from Craig Muni. This is the 93-94 Pinnacle. Okay, so now this is the trade return from Mike Kane from Kane Autograph. If you've never watched Mike's channel, you should subscribe. He does a nice presentation of his returns, does a little background story on each return on the player and what they accomplished. Mike's an all-around good guy, and so subscribe to his channel, check out his videos. Does a nice job. Okay, so basically the note he sent me: hi, Paul, thanks for the trade. I'm ready for spring training to start. Happy collecting Mike. Yep, pitches and catches. Report in a couple days, and be interesting to see what happens. You got the World Baseball Classic. You got players that are being denied playing in the World Baseball Classic because the teams can't get insurance. I know with Team Puerto Rico, because I can understand Carlos Correa. He's always hurt. And then with the Mets, Francisco Lindor, even though Lindor is a very durable player, I think the Mets got a bad taste in their mouth from that last World Baseball Classic when Edwin Diaz got injured in the celebration, and that kind of set the tone for the Mets 2023 season. It was a disaster. They ended up firing Buck Showalter. So the Mets are kind of erring on the side of caution. I know the people of Puerto Rico are not happy, but who knows? But I know Soto is playing, but a lot of risk when these guys play in the World Baseball Classic. In my opinion, I think it should be played after the season. They're playing them in these dome stadiums in warm weather. So we'll see what happens. But hopefully nobody gets seriously injured. So, all right, so Mike's return. We got the 92 Fleer of Bobby Rose. Then this is the 78 tops of Don Kirkwood. 81 tops of Eric Soderholm. 82 tops of Charlie Palaio. Charlie Palaio, after the 82 season, he, Lloyd McClendon, who was a Mets minor leaguer, and he went on to be a manager, and he played in the major leagues, and Alex Trevino, who is the current Spanish language broadcaster for the Astros, was sent I believe it was Alex Trino, but the Mets sent 3 players to Cincinnati to reacquire Tom Seaver. Trevino may have gone in a Foster deal. It doesn't matter, but yes, and then everybody knows the story with that. The great Tom Seaver came back. Just shout out to my Met brethren, TTM Mike, this guy, Chris and Chris in Oregon. Not Chris. Chris Cards in Oregon. Not Chris and Chris collecting cards. They're the Yankee fans. But Tom Seaver came back. He was old at the time. We thought at the end of his career. He had a pretty good season for a bad Mets team that finished last. And that was the last time they finished last in a while. But they left him unprotected back in the 1981 strike. The part of the settlement was that there'd be a free agent compensation pool where teams, like an expansion draft, teams would leave players unprotected. And if you lost a free agent, you got to pick out of this pool. The Mets decided that at age 39, Tom Seaver at the time was making $750,000, which is kind of chump change in today's MLB world. And the Mets felt that nobody would take him, so they left him unprotected. Lo and behold, the White Sox took him. He had 2 sensational years for the White Sox. Won his 300th game for the White Sox in Yankee Stadium. Lindsey Nelson called the last inning. And then he went on to Boston in '86, which turned out to be his final year. But he was sitting in that Boston dugout wearing a Boston uniform when the Mets won the '86 World Series. And he and I can't remember, but Tom Seaver, unfortunate way it all ended. He obviously, they mended the fence, and the rest is history. So, just a frustrating Met story from a lifelong Met fan. So, then you got 90 tops of Dave Dravecky, 93 tops of Steve Reed. Now, Mike, you had sent me back the 4 cards that I had sent you for the trade. Let me know in the comments if you still want them. So no big deal. It's not an urgent thing. So you sent me back the 92 Pacific of Tony Bennett, the 92 Pacific of Andy Heck, and the 92 Pacific of Jamie Holland. So just still let me know in the comments, Mike. And then the 90 score of Marion Butts. So like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to everybody later.